You always want to get to the first day to put pads on. We're not going to all of a sudden Thursday have a scrimmage or anything like that, but it's a different game when you get the pads on. You try not to make too many big impressions on where you are until you put together a few days like this. So it's good to get Thursday in, pads. We'll practice in pads the next 2 days, really, so we should be able to see some more things from our team. Quarterback continues to protect the football. We're progressing along, adding different situations, which we want to get to. Day, of course, we finish up. Post game going to end up in a 2-minute situation, so that's really important for us. No major injuries to report. Take your question.
Lovie, did your update on Kevin Hogan?
I'm sorry?
Update on Kevin Hogan.
Has anything come out officially? Kevin wasn't. We'll respond to it a little bit later. He wasn't out here right now. Next day, I'll talk about Kevin a little bit then. All right.
Brevin and Nico had some reach and catches. It looked like in this game. You talked about how they could be one-on-one. What you see from them today and how they're progressing in that.
Well, Brevin is a good matchup. All right, is it a tight end? Is it a big receiver? Against linebacker safeties, we should have an advantage. And Nico versus cornerbacks, he's a big body. Those are two guys that need to be productive for us this coming year. I know they can be. They're both talented athletes. It's left up to us to get them involved. Good to see them step up a little bit today.
Lovie, you look like this 7-on-7 period, you might have gone out there and challenged your defense a little bit. What was the message there about maybe taking the football away? What kind of standard are you trying to set for them?
Well, hopefully every practice I'm doing that. But just didn't feel like the standard of excellence of us playing good ball. I didn't feel like we were playing our best ball as much as anything. Didn't really have to go out and tell them that. Of course, we have a lot of veterans that are leading the way before I get a chance to voice my opinion on that. The play wasn't what we needed to be.
And the standard is
excellence, better play than that. And as a head football coach, in those situations, I'm an offensive coach, so I was pretty happy about that.
Lovie, you mentioned the other day that you feel like you have two of the better tackles in the NFL. What separates specifically Laramie? What sets him apart?
Well, we talk a while on what separates Laramie. It's the reason why we pay him more than anybody else on our football team. He's a not good player. He's a special player, a special man. It's his presence around. But when I talk about the tackle position, Titus is a good player. Cedric, Charlie. We feel like we have a strong four with Declan coming up also. Maybe our strongest position on our team.
What have you seen from Isaac Gainer?
Big body. He's physical, likes to tackle. Our corners have to want to tackle. And he'll be a special team contributor for us. A good addition since he came into the building. Again, good target, big body, do all the things we're looking for in a corner.
What do you see from the defensive line? I know you want to rotate a lot of guys out there. What do you see and what do you want to see from them at this point?
Production. Right now, we are working a lot of different combinations. Early in camp, you just want to get as many guys as possible on video. We have 3 preseason games. We'll get into more detailed stuff, not detailed stuff, more situations where we isolate on exactly who's playing with what group. But right now, we're just trying to get everybody on video for us to make a good evaluation.
Does that feel like to you like y'all's deepest position group?
It is. We like that position. And I'm going to say the same thing about our linebacker position. We have depth at those positions.
Coach, you just finished talking about the offensive line. What have you seen out of Charlie Day? It seems like you guys have them both playing right and on the side.
That helps you when you can do multiple things. Charlie can. I think he's a starting offensive tackle in the league. And he's in our fourth tackle slot. He and Cedric both have played starting football. So that's why I talk about the strength of that position.
Some of our younger wide receivers, Davion Davis, Connor Weddington, Jalen Camp, they kind of stood out a little bit today. What have you seen from them, or what do you like about them?
Well, again, first day of pads. What I've seen from them is they showed up every day. They're getting better. And if you come in every day, they have an excellent coach coaching them up, and they'll pick their moments, of course, to make plays. You notice them today, of course, is a good thing. We've noticed quite a few good things they've done.
Right now, I see chance.
You want Mario Addison in the offseason.
Yes.
What does he add to your team, and what do you see
as we add defensive linemen, can they rush the passer? You start with that. Mario Addison, I think he had 7 sacks last year in a backup role. I drafted him. I signed him as a free agent when he first came in the league. I've known him for a long time. He knows how we want to play football. A great veteran presence in the locker room. Love everything that he's done and he'll do for us.
First chance we got to see y'all go 2-minute drill. How do you approach that situation, in-game decision, approach for the offseason? I know you got a team. I mean, how do y'all approach that for the season?
What do you mean now?
Like, sometimes people have booth talking, like, you're
As head football coach, and then I'm going to be in charge of all those 2-minute situations like everything else. We're no different. How to approach it, situation come up, we make decisions. Don't look too much into that, all right?
Right now, I see
Derek Stingley and Brandon Cooks over there working out together a little bit after practice. How important is that just as far as Derek's development, getting to work with a pro like Brandon and kind of iron sharpening iron?
Well, I think that's really good after practice. I like it even more in practice. And Derek right now is getting, like the rest of the group, he's, getting, I think just about every period except the last one, we held him out. He's getting all of the work. He'll continue to get better. Every day, every rep he goes against Brandon Cooks will make him a better player. Simple as that.
Hey, Lovie.
Last one.
Deshaun Watson was suspended today, and last year was kind of a circus at camp, getting questions about him all the time. Is it a relief to not have to deal with that this year at camp and start fresh?
Now, what happened again? Another player somewhere for somebody else's team. I hadn't paid a whole. I mean, as you can see, 91 guys here kind of occupying all of our time. I know the rest of the league is kind of moving on, and whatever's happening there, good for them,
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
I feel really good. I think I've developed a lot since the end of last season. I think I felt the progression at the end of last year, and then really taking it this off season, the momentum and stacking on it has allowed me to come out here and start playing really fast at the start of training camp and throughout OTAs. So, I'm just excited to keep progressing.
What were some of the things you worked on during the offseason you wanted to improve on?
A lot of it, with the new offense, is making sure first I have command and control of this offense, make sure I'm on all the details, and then personally just making sure I'm able to make every throw. We kind of pinpointed and saw the shot chart the throw chart from across the field and saw the different percentages, and I had a couple boxes where I needed to work on, so I focused on those type of throws, just making sure my feet and my body were in line to make all those throws. So, the biggest thing is just coming out and being ahead of schedule in the playbook so you can come out and play fast.
Davis, Lovie said that everybody gets a vote for team captain. And he said his vote would be for you. What does that mean to you?
It's awesome. Obviously, we still have a lot of time to go before captain voting, but I think I've worked hard. I know we have a lot of guys though who have stepped up and been leading the team, so I don't know if I can pinpoint it entirely on myself, but that's an honor.
But the fact that Lovie would want his vote to go to you, how special is that?
It's pretty cool.
How much of your relationship developed with Nico on the field?
A lot. Nico's put in a ton of work all last year and through this off season. It shows what he's been doing out here at practice. I think we've definitely developed chemistry, and he's going to be dangerous when we're on the same page and how we are on the same page. I don't think there's many people out there who can stop him.
You see him as a matchup issue because of his size?
Definitely, yeah. Size and athletic abilities. I don't think there's too many people out there who can play and jump with him.
Can you talk a little bit about the players that are working at the center position and the importance of that as it relates to you and the offense as a whole?
Yeah, so this year, Justin Britt's the guy right now, and then you have Scott Quisenberry and Jimmy Morrissey behind him. So I think all of those guys have stepped up and have been doing an amazing job at their job this year. Different from last year, the center has to drive a lot of the mic points in this offense, and I think all those guys have stepped up and have really been efficient, doing their job well, and making sure we're on the same page. So, I'm excited to see them go out and actually get physical. Today was the first full padded practice, so you saw a little bit of it, but you'll see some more once we get to that first preseason game. It'll be exciting.
Let's talk about some of the second and third team units there. We see you rotate men behind different units. How does that help you throughout the entirety of the season?
It definitely helps. You never know. Unfortunately in football, there's always people who go down on any given play, so some of those other guys are going to have to step up and make plays, and I've been able to get some valuable reps with them. And it's nice. I'll go out there and get reps with the 2s and 3s, and there's never any drop-off. So that's the biggest thing, is making sure everyone's out there on the same page, and there's no really drop-off from when the 1s come out and the 2s go in. And that's the biggest thing.
Lovie talked a lot about how Lovie has said a lot of confidence in you over the offseason. What have you noticed about yourself and coming in your role, and how have you approached that with the teammates? What have you kind of approached that, and how you come into this building?
I don't honestly think too much has changed. Obviously, the assurance of being the starter. That's the one big thing that changed from this time last year. But other than that, I'm still the same football player. Try to come in the building every day with the same mindset and kind of be myself, and that's kind of my leadership style. Come in, be the same person every day, and then when you need to step up and call someone out or hold someone accountable, then you can do that. But people will respect you if you're doing the same thing every single day.
Are the Racers opening up more in the second year to your teammates?
Not necessarily. I'm in the role now where I'm able to be more vocal in meetings and just out here talking what I feel is best, or what we feel as an offense would be best, so everyone can get on the same page. But I don't think there's anything in particular where I need to do more.
Talk about your relationship with Kyle Allen.
Oh, it's been great. Kyle stepped in, and it felt like he was here all last year with the way we felt in the room. He's come in and already added a lot to our room, and with all the guys in the QB room, we're able to share insights and kind of bounce ideas off each other and make sure we're all on the same page and flowing as a unit.
I want to talk to us about some of the physical changes you've seen in you. Maybe a little bit stronger in your lower body. Look like you've added some muscle. What kind of work did you do there? Why was that important?
Biggest thing, diet and working out in the off season. Staying clean. Obviously, I think I've put on some pounds from last year. I want to come in maybe bulk up a little bit so I can take those hits throughout the season. My body will handle it. But I mean, it comes with being a football player. There's guys on the defensive side of the ball who are much bigger than I am, so I'm just trying to keep up.
Along those same lines, along those same lines, Brandon Cook said that you and him and a group of players went to Oregon right before the start of camp. What were you hoping to accomplish? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing we did out there, it was trying to build chemistry heading into camp, make sure we were all on the same page with what we had installed in the offense at that point. And then the other part is just kind of team bonding, hanging out with your guys. We had a good time up there. We spent it at the lake. He got us a little Airbnb on the lake, so we were able to go out and paddleboard and swim around with each other, and it was a lot of fun. Yes.
What did you learn about
Can you just talk about year 2 with Pep, what it means to be with Pep and the growth and just growing with Pep?
It's been great. You see a little bit of a different side of Pep this year too, now that he has a bigger role as the offensive coordinator. He's Pep's the same person every day. He's going to come out and he's going to be Pep. So take that for what it's worth. But he's very unique, and I think the control and the control of the offensive unit he has right now is amazing. I'm really excited to see what he can do in year 2, calling the plays.
There's obviously the type of weapons you have on your team is important. I know it's early, but what stands up the most when you get the pass catchers that you have that are awesome?
I'm excited. I think, really other than Brandon, we have a ton of guys. Him as well. He's probably at the top, but right after him, we have a ton of guys who are able to contribute and who are really showing every day in practice that they're going to go out there and make big plays. So, it makes us hard on the QBs to go out there and make pre-snap decisions because we want to throw it to all of them. So it'll be exciting. I think there's a lot of guys stepping up, making plays, so it's going to be exciting once we actually get out there on the field to see who's going to do it.
Guys at the lake, any stories? Anything?
Nothing crazy happened. It was a good time.
Davis, what's it like having Laramie to block for you to have a guy that talented sitting there to protect your blind side?
Yeah, it's awesome having LT back. I think when he's playing at his best, he's a top 1, if not top 3 tackle in the league. So it's definitely exciting dropping back knowing your backside's covered.
Last 2 guys scored. Last year and today as well, the ball never touches the ground. What is it that leads them always being open in this offense? Last year?
Yeah, I think Chris is one of the hardest workers we have on the team. He comes in and does the same thing, puts his head down and gets to work. When he's running routes, everything is consistent, and he's just one of those players when you're out there, you know where he's going to be and you know when he's going to get there, so we're able to stay on the same time. And, he has really good hands, so we trust him a lot.
Last one, Cole.
Davis, when you kind of look at everyone talking about you stepping up as a leader aspect, what's the message you're trying to send to these rookies as they get adjusted to camp and get adjusted to Lovie?
The biggest thing for the rookies is just to come in and put their head down and get to work. Obviously, there's a big change from college to the NFL, and especially the time you're supposed to be at the facility. So those guys, just make sure you're taking full advantage of the time you're here, and just put your head down, get to work, make sure that, the biggest thing when a rookie steps in, you don't want to know there's a rookie out there on the field with you. You just want to feel like the other guy next to you knows the same amount as you, and he's going to do his job.
Are you going to keep the mustache, by the way?
We'll see.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
He's going to keep it? Okay.
Mike. Do you want him to keep it?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Did it just show up today? Or?
Just showed up today. I noticed it right away. I was like, I like it, man. Looks good on him. So we'll see.
What do you think of what he's done? He's worked on his body. Lovie says he leads everything now in the building. How have you seen him kind of evolve, and what do you expect from him?
Yeah, he's done a tremendous job. Physically, he's in great shape. Arm looks great. Mentally, he stepped up his leadership even more. Some of our installs and stuff as an offense during meetings, he's leading it. He's telling guys what to do, which is super impressive to me, and it's going to help his leadership skills even that much more. And so, I love his confidence out there. I love how he's being commanding in the huddle and really taking control of the offense and leads us down the field. I'm sorry.
What do you think about playing behind Larry Johnson?
I love it. Big guy, can move. Just an absolute freak athlete. He's tough. Comes to work every single day, and it's fun to run behind those guys. It makes your job easier, and anytime you get a run play going behind him, it works out well. And of course, in his pass protection, he's one of the best in the game, and has been doing it for a few years now.
Players tend to open up after being a rookie. How have you seen that with Davis?
Yeah, definitely. Just getting to know his teammates. Of course, that first year, I remember being a rookie. It was just, at times just trying to see what you need to do for that day, whether that was out on the field or, in the building. And so he's definitely more comfortable getting so every single day and, getting to know his teammates. That's huge. Brings guys together and having that camaraderie to go out there and perform every day.
We got to see a little bit of him during the pre-draft process when he got drafted. But what have you noticed with Davian Pierce, and more specifically, how has he adjusted to working in the
Yeah, he's done a great job. He's really trying to learn as quickly as he can. And I think the biggest thing for him, as a rookie, you're going to make mistakes. That's just how it is. And if you have one day, try not to do it the next day. And he's done a great job of that. Just learning from things maybe he didn't have all the way down the day before, and coming back and showing, okay, I got it down now. This is how to do it. And asking questions. He's come up to me on little details too, which is huge. It's usually if you're getting questioned about the big things, it's like, okay, yeah, there's that. But when you're asking some small details on routes and just run techniques or whatever, that's when if someone's really locking in and picking it up quickly.
different types of running backs with you and Marlon in the backfield. How important is that for him to be able to take away those certain necessary things that we learn?
Yeah, it's huge. Whatever way he can help, whatever way I can help out, Marlon, whoever's got the ball or just out there on the field. If that's in the passing game, pass protection, it's huge. It makes us that much more versatile and being able to open up the offense even more for Pep.
As a running back, how do you get a sense when a quarterback is in his comfort zone? How do you know that?
Yeah, really it's just kind of a rhythm deal. Just play after play, understanding the assignment, understanding the down and distance, and making that simple play. Whether that's just a check down, if guys are spreading out or dropping back in the zone, where that is, you can just tell they know what the assignment is, play after play, and getting the job done.
The growth that Davis has had from last year to this year, the difference in him now, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's been huge. Like I said, he's much more comfortable. Physically, he's in great shape. Arm looks good, and just mentally leading us down the field. Where that's also in the classroom as well, making sure we're all on the same page and understand what we're doing.
Earlier, you just talking about running behind Larry Thompson, but what has been your evaluation from the whole offensive line, and how do you think they're going to be able to help you?
Yeah, they've done a great job. I mean, guys like Laramie, of course, JB right there in the middle, great leader for that group. Just the way he comes out and works every single day is impressive. And when you got to have a guy like that leading the way, for whether that's some younger guys in the room, of course, we got a first-round pick in that room. And just new guys onto the team, that's huge. And to show their toughness every single day and to run behind them, it's quite a joy.
Thank y'all.
Yep, thank you.
They pay you more than anybody else. You're a special player. What you're bringing them at that position, what does that mean to you coming from your head coach?
That sounds good to me. I mean, like, I'm going to get another bag, right? Just joking. I mean, it's great. Just get praise like that from a head coach like Lovie Smith, who led a team to the Super Bowl with the Chicago Bears. So it feels great.
Can you take us a little through your recovery last year after this? How's your hand? How things working with that? Kind of getting back to yourself.
My hand is doing great.
Behind the plate the other day, it looked like you and Jonathan Bernard were kind of like working through some different things. A lot of the pass rushers kind of lean on your technique and kind of develop through that.
Say that one more time, boss.
All right, so Jonathan Bernard and yourself were back working through different moves behind the plate over there.
Yes, sir.
A lot of the pass rushers, edge rushers with the Texans, they pick your brain, and you kind of pride yourself on being able to help develop these guys.
I for sure pride myself to help my teammates out, get better rushes on different opponents. But, they help me out too with different rushes. And I'm just glad to have guys, veteran guys like Jerry Hughes and Mario Addison and Jonathan Bernard going on his third year. So we're going to get better. each and every day of practice.
Laramie, what have you seen from Kenyon Green so far in camp?
Dog.
Larry, this run game last year wasn't the best. What have you guys did throughout the offseason working alongside George Warhol to improve the run game this year?
We went and got Pep Hamilton. We finna get this shit rolling.
Now, speaking of Pep, that leads me to the next question. Zone reads. Do you like to create?
I like the creativity, put LT at quarterback.
Talks about Davis Mills, his growth.
At what point did you feel yourself?
Keep mentioning the word dog.
Where's that? No, that shit's kind of.
How do you define Laramie Tunsil?
What ways have you seen this team grow?
In an off-season program, I think that. So that speaks for itself right there. Lovie preaches that all the time, and just to follow. 90 plus for off-season tennis is very, very special. I was there too.